Hi everyone, this is Terri again. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. We're working with Insights with Terri Coutts. So that is the name of the program and that is the name of the podcast, so I guess I might as well get used to it. And thanks for lending me your time and your ear. I'm very grateful. It's a little bit on the windy side, so I'm hoping that the wind isn't interfering with the quality of this recording. And it just is the beginnings of maybe summer. It's a little on the chilly side, but not too bad. Just enough to enjoy. So for right now, this week, June the 11th is when we're starting this. The sun sign is in Gemini, and Gemini is the communicator. So Gemini is the thinker and the communicator. So it's a very social kind of energy. So with this is a wonderful opportunity to maybe invite people over or go and have conversations with them. And with some people, you may have to remind them that a conversation is a two-way street. And many people have, and myself at times included, have forgotten that two people have to speak. And we get so excited about maybe the subject or what we want to say or we want to get it out that we take over the conversation and we don't share. So being with people right now, and especially with positive people, will offer us an amazing opportunity to be a better person at the other side of the experience with that person or the conversation. So that's what we're looking for. Maybe surround ourselves more with positive people. Look around, because with the way the planets have been in the last couple of years, they've offered us an opportunity to be a little bit agitated or frustrated with other people. They've offered us an opportunity to change our thinking on who we want in our life and who we don't, and why we do and why we don't, and maybe opening our eyes up to see who offers us opportunities to be better people. Who is inspiring? Do we feel better when we're with that person? And after we leave that person, or do we feel tired and exhausted? And in that frame of mind, we may have to be looking at choices. Do I really want to spend time with this person right now? We may not have to cut them right out of our life, but we may have to minimize it and maybe move in another direction or open ourselves up, as Gemini energy does, to looking at maybe involving more people or different kinds of people or a new person or a new group into our lives to enrich ourselves and move towards being a better person. So every day is an opportunity to observe ourselves, to observe in neutrality the people around us, and how can I strive to be better? How can I strive to maybe understand more? What about me makes people want to be with me? What about me would make a person want to call me or be with me? And even if we're not in a situation like that with this Gemini energy, we're being offered an opportunity to look at ourselves and say, what can I improve? Or hear what other people offer us, maybe in criticism without being all angry and ego about it, or constructive criticism. And I hope that's how it evolves. It's constructive. So we're being offered an opportunity to adjust ourselves. So I think the beauty of this is to recognize the fact that really and truly, to some degree or another, we're all broken. And we need to fix it. So some people wrestle with self-esteem. And I do believe firmly that self-esteem can be worked at. You can't all of a sudden wake up in the morning and say, I am a wonderful person. And I hear people doing that. These affirmations, which work to a degree, you're affirming something, you're saying it over and over, and then it becomes true. Vibrational energy is that the voice, the sound, and we keep saying it enough, it's true. So if you keep smiling through the day, even though I want to bite something, eventually that smile becomes real. So I do believe that. But I can't fool myself over and over and over again and say that I'm wonderful, when I know I'm not. And I know I'm not doing the right thing. And I know that I do have all these things that I haven't worked on. So that's a false sense of self. So what I aspire to do, and especially with this Gemini energy that is offering us this opportunity to look at ourselves in neutrality, and see if we can find out what we don't like about ourselves. So let's say that we lie. Let's just take that. Let's just say that we don't always tell the truth. Then we have to identify, do I just not tell the truth because I want to not tell the truth? Do I not tell the truth sometimes because it makes me smarter, look better, look stronger? Am I not telling the truth so that the situation looks better? Why am I not telling the truth? And do I have a choice? Can I stop and tell the truth? So that's a really important thing to identify. So then we go to bed and we try to work on tomorrow. I will try really hard to identify when I lie and what kind of lies do I tell. On the 13th, we have the opportunity of having the planet Mercury move into Cancer. Cancer is a loving, home-bodied energy field that allows us to have compassion, to care for each other, to be a little psychic, a little sensitive, maybe cry at commercials. It's a beautiful energy to love. That's the energy of love. Cancer is home, family, love. So it offers the opportunity to really maybe open up your home, invite your families over, enjoy a simple breakfast. We really and truly learn as children and adults from everyone around us. And I think that if we start to open our minds and start to learn, it might help us not to run into that brick wall with our face. So while we're learning from each other, we're gaining, we're becoming more. So with this Gemini in Mercury, we're being offered that opportunity to learn, to grow, to see ourselves as we really are, to see others as they are. Many people are willing to criticize other people and say they're doing this wrong, I don't know why she does this. And maybe they're right, but I see sometimes where they have a board in their own eye and they're trying to get the speck out of somebody else's eye. I think sometimes it should be turned more at ourselves, not to beat ourselves down, but to help our self-esteem, because that's what all of this is about, in that we are looking to who we could be. We are aspiring to be the best that we can be, and to look at what our potential is and how we can work towards that. So we're working really, so I hear people complaining, I am one of them, all the time, about the politics, about the hospitals, about etc., etc. But instead of focusing on what's worse, what's bad, how it's getting worse, times are getting worse, if we focus on what's good, like we can actually go to the library and pick almost any book in the world and they'll order it for us. We might not like our healthcare system, but it sure is a lot better than Hungary or Romania or Bulgaria. I mean, good heavens. I've heard nightmares of people that were traveling and some of the stuff that they went through. So we have to look at what's better and maybe how we can move towards better. What can we do to offer suggestions to make it better? What can we do to maybe help instead of just criticize? How do we reevaluate what we're thinking and ask questions of each other and listen to the answers? And that way we'll learn. It's called think tanking. So maybe when we go out for coffee, instead of just complaining about husband or daughter or whatever, we can do some think tanking. What can we do to fix this situation in kind of a neutral situation? So that's what the Gemini energy is going to offer us. And when you compare that with that Cancer energy that is coming, which is home and love and family, it's really offering us an opportunity to be the best that we can be. Now, Venus, the planet of love, the planet of attraction, the planet of beauty, that is in Cancer as well right now. So we're getting reinforced with the Cancer that's moving in on the 13th of June and the Cancer that's there right now in Venus. So that's being reinforced with us, which again is that loving energy. So we can reevaluate things about ourselves and other people in love. And I'm not saying, that ego is very different than An egotistical person is very different. That ego of, how dare you speak to me that way? Who do you think you are speaking to me that way? That's ego talking. Instead, maybe if we heard conversation, it's not that we're turning into a rugrat or a person that is a doormat. Ego, if we can put it aside and say, where is that person coming from? What made that person lash out? Where is that coming from? And how am I helping express that maybe in a negative way, and how can I make that a little bit better? So we've got all this energy to learn and to grow. On the 14th of June, Venus moves into Leo, and Leo is the lion and the lioness, and that moves into a place of taking charge. So it might offer us a little bit more opportunity to be inspired and to be inspiring to the people around us. And, the doctor's oath that says, do no harm, maybe we could look at that for ourselves, for our own oath. Do no harm. Watch what our words have to say. How do our words harm somebody? Am I opening up my mouth and harming somebody? Am I telling something that's true or untrue? Am I contributing to a story that could maybe hurt that person's reputation or make somebody think badly of the other person? Do no harm. Maybe all of us could be inspiring leaders. The dignity of the human soul it's important to cherish and protect each one of us. When I look at somebody that maybe in a lower part of myself I might look at and say, gee, that homeless person, ooh, he stinks, or ooh, he's smelly, or look at the clothes. That person is a person. And if I can step outside of myself and my first instincts and realize that that person had a life and something went wrong, and how do I know what went wrong? I could be there myself. That could be me, except for maybe a quarter of an inch or one little micro something, because that could have been me. But by the grace of God, there go I. And how could I make that person's experience a little bit easier or different? So always looking at what could I do that would maybe make somebody else's life be a little easier. And that might be shovel the sidewalk of a little old lady like myself, and maybe help them get off their porch. Or oftentimes it's little, but oftentimes if I'm going to put my basket away from Costco and I see somebody traveling in the same direction, I say, I'll take that for you. I'm going in the direction. And then people are stunned and they look at me like I've just grown two heads. No, I'm going in that direction. I can grab it. I even had one person say, no, I'll take it for you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I've had people, when I'm struggling with my 40-pound bags of dog food, it's rare, but I've had them come and say, can I help you with that? Oh my God, thank you so much. Could you just grab the corner and I'll grab this? Oh, thank you. And I've made sure that I learned from that experience to do that for somebody else. I saw a woman with some water, the water when they're on sale, and how heavy they can be, and she was trying to get out of the basket. I just ran over. Not that I'm a good person. I just appreciated it when somebody did it to me. And I ran over and said, let me grab half of that. She was so grateful. What was that? 20 seconds. So if we could just look around and see, what could I do to help somebody? What could I do to make somebody's life a little bit easier as opposed to a little bit harder? And that's our mission, okay? So every day, with the way that planets are arranging themselves right now, we're being offered that opportunity to do that. And that lion energy in Venus will also help us to be a little bit inspiring and inspired, and maybe look at the dignity of everybody and participate and decide that I will be a positive experience in people's lives. I will add positive energy to this world. I'm finding that there's just so much politics going on, and there's so much turmoil and a tumultuous type of energy. With Mars, which is the planet of drive and passion, with that moving into Aquarius, we are entering a time of creative thinking outside the box, helping us look at things in maybe a very different and creative way. So this is offering us an opportunity to really look at different ideas and maybe take different tools that we have and work positively towards different solutions. So let's just say that as a participant in life, so as I was saying, as a participant in this life, I'm going to make the decision, as we all should be, to decide, am I tilting the world at all? And if I am tilting the world by my thoughts and my deeds and this person and that person, am I tilting it towards heaven, or am I tilting the world towards hell? Because each one of us offer energy, and each one of us are powerful in and of ourselves. But when you put us all together, we are very powerful. And if you get enough people thinking the right way and thinking positive, we can be tilting this towards heaven. And that should be our goal. There's a massive responsibility here that we are accruing because of the way the planets are allowing right now. Because through the day, we are making decisions, infinitely small decisions, that become big decisions, that will define us as a person, that will define us as people, and will define us to the people around us. Are you making heaven for them and for yourself, or are you making hell? What are you doing? And so if we were doing that consciously, then I think we could really and truly make this a better world for all of us. And that's, folks, where we're headed. That, folks, is where the planets are right now. Now, I talked about this for June the 11th, right straight through to the 17th, but actually the 19th. But actually, we could make this further. We could turn this into day to day, forever and forever and forever, and go into hundreds of years. Because the offering of the lessons that they're giving us, and the ability to change ourselves, and in changing ourselves, we change the people and the thoughts of the people around us. We change our circumstances. So maybe we can't change some of the corrupt politicians that we have right now, but maybe we can be inspiring, and we can inspire the people around us, which will offer us better leaders soon. So I think we have that opportunity, folks, and we need to jump on it. So if we can, all of us, each one individually, take on that responsibility, look to where the planets are, and where do we fit, and how can we do this. And I know that we can, especially if you're listening to this, you're somebody that wants to grow, you're somebody that's interested, you're somebody that's interesting, and you're somebody that wants to learn. So this is this week, that's June the 11th to about the 19th. Tune in next week, and we'll have some more, hopefully, insights for you. If you'd like to book an appointment so that I can help you personally with your journey, don't be afraid to give me a shout. We can work over the phone. We can do it in person. I don't email a reading other than maybe I could do it. I do have availability to talk to you this way. You can give me your birthday, ask your questions, and I can email you in a voice file your reading. I can do that too, but it's always nice to connect. It's not impossible to do it the other way, but it's nice having the voice there and to connect humanly, so we can do it that way. As well, I do parties and staff parties, birthday parties. I do them in person, but if you're too far away and you want to do a party, we can use communication. So I have done many of them over the phone. So they have me booked for maybe 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 hours, and we do over the phone, and each person has their chance on the phone, and that's very doable too. So give me a call, 519-726-6699, if you'd like me to work with you personally. Or you can email me, Terri, Terri.Coutts, Coutts, @gmail.com, and I can give you the prices and find your availability, and we'll work something out. Again, thank you so much for your time and your ear, and make this world a better place. Each person, one thought at a time, one action at a time, one deed at a time. And if you want to share your experience with me and email me at that, I'd be happy to read your experience because those stories help. Bye for now.